There it is.
We are live.
Nice.
Guys,
Wow,
coffee
it's
stains.
happening.
We are not at 1000 Cranes Tattoo Studio.
Not today.
Well,
Not today, Junior.
As you can see, we are all in
Not
separate places.
today.
So why don't you why don't we just kick off the cast, because we can't do tunes right now. We're still warming up to this entire virtual thing and Skype and everything in between. So we got to nix the music for now. It'll get better, right?
What?
Fuck, I'm like, my
Shit.
house.
What was that?
He's
You
got
got
the
the
welcome
Rona.
back. Welcome everybody.
So to kick off, I guess, why don't you both talk about a little bit of standing in solidarity with the other establishments that have had to shut down for the month of April, and a few things like that, and why you guys are doing that with 1000 Cranes.
Yeah.
Oh, Brody's leaving it to me.
Go ahead.
I thought you were going to run with it.
No.
Everybody should take a note as to how beautiful Brody's voice sounds.
It does,
you do
it does sound really nice.
So I've
really.
got a
Did you do
full-on
a,
boner every time he mentions anything. I'm just like, ooh, Marvin Gaye. Not Marvin Gaye.
I don't understand. I wonder if it's just the mic different. Maybe it's because I'm not just in front of your faces.
No, because
You sound
it
different.
doesn't even sound like that. You don't even
Really?
sound like that, really.
Really?
Really?
Well, fuck.
Yeah. Anyway.
God damn it.
All right,
really
so
cool.
back.
It sounds really good either way.
Do I sound nice like a
Yeah, it
super
sounds
nice
nice.
voice?
Barry White, bro.
It
Yeah,
sounds
if
like
it
you'd
just-
be doing movie preview things.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then
Well,
Hillary Clinton didn't aid them, so the Marines came in.
Hillary
Yes.
Clinton gave them AIDS.
Oh, it's horrible.
That's a nice fucking cutoff, Dave. That shit is nice, really.
Let's talk
And
about
look.
shit, Dave. Oh my god.
God.
Stop, Dave.
Now you
Stealing
look
my
like
fucking- stealing my
Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's Creed.
Jesus.
Nice. So anyway, Ryan.
Anyway, back to the studio. Yeah.
What's
So
going
as of today, actually, Davis County is now shut down as well.
Tis.
Salons, tattoo shops, spas, things like that. So we've got Summit County to the east of us. We've got Davis to the south of us. And then Salt Lake in Utah. Obviously, Wasatch County is also shut down. So
Right.
the fact that the state is running it by counties is kind of ridiculous, we started to think. Not to mention the fact that, there are many tattooers around the world who are tattooing in busier places, busier cities that have been forced to shut down a month ago, more than a month ago in some places. So the idea that some people are staying open and tattooing, even if you're miles and miles and miles away, you're at least you should at least be part of the community and should be sharing and suffering together, I guess you should say. I mean, the whole county thing is ridiculous because we have people driving in to see us from Las Vegas, Idaho, Oregon, much further away than just the county over. So it's ridiculous to think that shutting down one county is going to stop it from spreading. That's
Right.
So,
yeah. They're not going to drive 5
so-
minutes to get a tattoo.
Yeah,
What kind
why
of
would I
shit
do
is
that?
this?
Fuck that. I mean,
I can throw a rock at your shop and it's like, shucks.
Yeah. I know there's people probably just shopping around now, just trying to find the one that's open. People have been cooped up. They're just trying to get some work done somewhere. So it doesn't matter how far away you are, really. At this point, they ain't got shit to do. They ain't got work to go to. They'll drive 3 hours to get a tattoo if they can. So it's part of the point there. We need to close down in solidarity with those guys, as well as doing our part locally in the community to help slow this inevitable spread of this thing. Not to mention for us personally, I've got Marty and Vic that are both love them to death, but they're pushing the 50s, bud. I mean, Marty's over it. Vic's creeping up there. We've got
a little bit higher risk.
Yeah, our boy Brody here has asthma, so I'm not trying to, and that makes his extracurricular activities really nice. Weak lungs.
Yeah, no, that shit strengthens it. Doctor told me once.
Yeah.
Just so you hold it in and you strengthen them up.
Yeah, like a balloon. The more you inhale it.
Bro, I watched a dude. I'll tell you in a minute after you're done. I got a cool story.
Anyway. Yeah, I mean the risk to reward basically for keeping the studio open was just getting a bit too high, and we need to think about reputation. The last thing I want to do is be the last shop in town staying open, because simply put, when it comes down to something like this, staying open through something like this is just telling the community and everybody around that your money is worth more than your safety to us.
Exactly.
And you just plainly just don't give a shit about what's going on.
Yeah, exactly. We want to show that we're aware of what's up. Originally, I had a principle of we need to keep the shop open as long as we can for the guys to make as much money as they can to take care of their families. Taking care of your family is the main principle. But in order to do that, things have changed. Like operations have changed to keep that first principle number one. And the operation now is to close down and lay low and take care of things. So that's where we're at. We'll be closed until May 1, the 1st of May. So hopefully we'll be back open, up and running, full force by the 1st of May. If it needs to extend, then we will find out. Day to day, it's a new thing every day. So when we find out, everybody else will know as well. So
and
just stick with us and know that we are not doing this for us. We're not doing this. We're doing this for you as much of us as us. You know what I mean? It's like this is our main source of income. We're artists, we're tattooers. It's what we do. We don't want to be closed. We'd love to stay tattooing everybody, but it's just not morally right at this point, I don't think.
Yeah.
Or
I'll
smart.
What is
it's just
I'll tell you
smart.
what is morally right.
Yeah.
That is donating all your masks out to local hospitals and some of the things you've done. And Brody, you offered up gloves that you've got. Ryan, I think you may have too. I'm seeing an array of posts from you guys between the studio page and your personal pages and things like that. But you guys offering up that stuff that you guys have sitting there that you've had there for a long time, right? Just based off conversations we've had with stinky people, bad people, and all that. But that's really cool that you're doing.
Masks and arm sleeves and gloves and stuff like that. I just re-upped on my gloves middle of last month, and now I got 8 boxes of gloves and nothing to do with them. So I'm obviously keeping a couple for the wait that I'm sure once we do reopen, we're still going to have to wait a couple weeks to get some. But I'm donating 4 boxes. I think as much as we can. All the masks are gone, and I don't know if they need arm sleeves. If they need arm sleeves, I'll be happy to send those too. I got a whole box of those. But,
might as well. I was wondering dental bibs too. We have a fuck ton of dental bibs, don't we?
We do. Yeah, I don't know.
So maybe a package or two.
I don't know if those are being. I mean, we have plenty of time to find out what they need.
Yeah.
Plenty of time.
I'm sure they use them for like surgery and things. Who knows?
Right.
I don't know. We can donate some plastic wrap.
Some second skin they can put over their face.
Yeah.
Dude, that shit's nice too.
That would be
that
nice.
shit is nice.
Well, anyway, guys, that's really cool that you're not only just giving up the supplies and things like that to the folks who really need it, that are on the front lines. But actually that, you're taking one for the team as far as, shutting down the shop and taking this serious and setting the tone for other shops around the area as well. You guys are really looked up to, and you're really sought after artists. And there's a lot of people that really look up to you guys in the community, right? And so you guys taking this seriously and actually doing what you need to do morally and what you think is right. I think really sets a different tone in the tattoo community. So anyway,
Well,
that's really
we
cool.
appreciate that.
I really
Yeah,
wanted to highlight that. So
Thanks,
appreciate
Dave.
that, Dave. That means a lot. That's what we're trying to do. Whether or not people follow, that's up to everybody else to do. But I like to think that people will be making the right choice. I mean, people in other, like we said before, people in other cities haven't been given the shot. I mean, they just got shut down right away, and that was the governor. That was the governor go ahead and taking initiative, and our governor seems to be dancing around the subject, and I don't think that's the way to approach this. So
yeah, at this point,
either.
Yeah, we'll just take it into.
I think it's unfortunate these governors wait until it gets to a point where it's going to be damn near impossible to contain before they take action. Whereas if we see it budding like a motherfucker in Utah, right? Where it's budding, why don't you just get ahead of the curve and just shut her down right now?
Right, that's the only thing that makes sense. But they're fucking dumb.
Apparently the play call rule book that the coaches got says they're all about reactionary and not precautionary whatsoever.
Dude, it was a month ago. It was a fucking hoax. A couple weeks ago, you were a fucking fool because you were stocking up. Then they were telling you to just chill the fuck out. Now they don't have enough masks, but they're going to require every American to wear a fucking mask now. So that'll work out.
So this is something that I've been thinking about the past week and a half.
I'm just going to wear my arm sleeves over my face. I'm ripping all my arm sleeves off so I look like Dave. And those are my new.
You should just wear the plastic ones from the shop because that's safe. Put a trash over your head.
So I've been thinking about this, right? And it's kind of funny because us three on the cast, we fucking gave Corona a bunch of shit, right? And we're talking about how it's overrated and how everybody's freaking out and needs to remain calm and blah blah blah. But you want to know when I realized it shifted for us three? Is when we were casting and we got the news update during the cast that Gobert had been infected with COVID, right?
Yeah, as soon as an actor or a sports star or anybody that has money.
Your kids started blowing up, right? Your kids started calling you, and you had to hop up during the cast to answer a call about Gobert, right? And then all of a sudden the next day, Donovan Mitchell gets infected.
It was real for everyone.
Washington and New York and California. And then the next week, all of a sudden, all of us are just kind of like solemnly sitting there like, fuck, guys, this just took a radical turn.
Yeah.
Right? But I remember the definitive shift for us was during that cast. And it was crazy
Brody,
that it was a live
it's not your food.
You want to know what he's after? Check this shit out, guys.
What is that?
Turd? Is it chocolate covered strawberries?
Yeah,
I love them shits. Them shits is nice. Hold on.
Hey, Brody, come here, right here.
That shit
right there, motherfucker.
Nice right
there. Did you just make out with your dog?
Yep, and I just made him sit there. So he's now.
What happened?
You just licked your dog, Dave? What the hell is happening?
It just looked like that because of the camera angle. Fuck, come on.
He licked his dog, bro. It's always the camera.
Is that your dick in your head?
No, that ain't it.
Oh,
this is my thumb.
Brody, and he's making his appearance on the cast for the first time ever. Talk about him a lot.
Hey, Brody.
See, look how good he is.
I can't see him. I can't see him in your square there.
No?
Do you have a full screen right now?
No, I don't.
No,
I have you guys split. You guys are split down the middle.
You're split down the middle.
Split. Like that. You're split like that.
Nice.
You guys are handsome, though. Really.
Yeah.
So, what have you guys been doing during quarantine life outside of everything we just talked about? What's
quarantines. Quarantine.
The corns.
The corns.
Go ahead, Brody. You're in the middle.
I downloaded the Warzone, that Call of Duty Warzone.
You did that last week.
You did that like a few weeks ago, bro.
Did you guys get your handles?
Still.
You still haven't done it?
Dave hasn't done shit. I've been trying times, and he won't respond.
None times he's been trying.
None times. You know, I gotta say, I can't get into the gaming right now, dude. I'm in such a fucking right mode.
He's in such
No,
a
no, no,
panic
no.
mode.
I'm not. Ryan, we've talked about this. This isn't a change for me, right? The slight inconvenience of grocery stores and a few things like this. This is my fucking life, bro.
So why can't you do it then?
Because I've been really, really in right mode as far as guitar, drums, playing bass.
Oh,
right.
He's been doing the music.
Right.
It's been on my mind, man. It's like been really good because you know, I talked to you guys about opening up that Google Drive with Pat.
Yeah,
and Brody, we're gonna get you integrated on that with you know, some vocals. So I've got some ideas.
With my voice, with my bird voice.
Yeah, but you know, with that, man, like I sat down and tried to play Warzone, and I turned off like 5 minutes in, and I just went right back to my guitars and playing. But I'll tell you what, my drum abilities have really fucking increased the past 2 weeks, just because that's fucking all I want to do, and I can now, which is
you just want to drum. I thought Pat was drumming.
No, he drums. He's a fucking awesome drummer, guys. Like he's really, really good, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm budding. I'm a budding drummer, right? As far as my abilities go. So I can do, you know, you know, if I had a mullet.
Why don't you just go over there and get on it and get after it?
Yeah, just tip it and show everyone your skills. He ain't gonna stand up right now. He has no pants on.
Oh,
yeah, dude, I got my dick out.
That's gross.
Anyway, back to it, Brody. Didn't mean to digress there, but your quarantine life, how's it been the past week?
Good. Real good. I've been hanging out with the children. We've been playing all sorts of games of horse and other words that we say and shoot baskets. See, the rule of the game is you make up a word, and then someone takes a shot, and if the next person misses, you get a letter.
This is garbage. This isn't even a true story.
No, it is. It is. It's a game. It's a basketball game.
Have you never played horse, Ryan?
No, I never played it, Dave. I only played pig and shit and Ryan and everything else. I never played horse, though.
You never played horse? Seriously?
No, I haven't.
Are you being facetious?
I'm totally being facetious, you dingus. Okay, everybody played horse.
I was gonna say, like, what the fuck, man?
I think I've played horse with you, Dave. Like, Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah.
You're a dingus.
Yeah, that's right.
Dingus.
So I've been doing that, and that's about it.
Cool. You just been outside the whole time, just playing.
No, I've been playing Call of Duty and basketball, hanging out with the kids, and doing some paintings. We're getting ready. Yeah. Nice. So that's cool. Got commissioned for a couple paintings, so that'll be sweet. Get those done.
Oh yeah, man.
I sold a bunch from the shop, so that's cool.
Did you sold all my paintings?
I sold all the paintings.
Brody's just selling shit.
Ryan's gonna go back in, and all the hits are gonna be gone, and it's just gonna be Brody's on the wall.
Like, I sold these, bro. I needed it.
You'd be like, don't worry,
run that shit,
because I made it through the depression.
I made it through. I'm posting pictures eating shrimp and lobster and shit every fucking night.
And
yeah.
Just dabbing my mouth with whole rolls of toilet paper and tossing them.
Throwing them in the garbage can and lighting them on fire.
While I'm wearing a face mask, just pulling it down shrimp. Put the face mask back
Every
up.
time you take a bite, you just throw away the face mask and put it on the new.
You know what? I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. Some fucking asshole that has billions of dollars just wiping his ass with Corona test strips. Fucking Trump.
What is? I just gotta ask this. You have a really nice red glow on that side of your face.
Oh,
What is this?
my screen.
Okay.
Ah.
I was thinking.
Terminator.
Maybe he's got like a salt lamp. Maybe you got a fire going over there. Maybe like a bearskin
Yeah,
rug.
that would be nice, huh?
Just took my temperature and I'm reading in at 115 degrees. Should I be nervous?
What should I do now? What do I do now?
I think it's just allergies, guys. I think I'm good.
Shit.
Oh, this shit is gonna be no.
What about you, Dave? What'd you do? What have you been doing?
Drums, a little bit of Xbox, Brody, did you see they did a full remaster of Modern Warfare 2, Call of Duty, and they released it online? Yeah, like one of the best Call of Duties ever. They just did a full remaster for the Xbox One X and S. So it's like, full on HD and like the graphics are killer and everything like that. And they just released it as well. So I was going to pick that up. I haven't yet, but, again, kind of like what I just jumped into, man. Drums and guitar.
Like a fire. Does it look like a fire on my face?
A lot of drums, a lot of guitar. I got this amp coming that I'm super stoked about, and I ordered it in December as my Christmas gift to myself.
Full fire going on. I'm sweating.
It's been pre-ordered since then, and they're finally shipping. So that's about
what
it.
Are you talking about?
An amp, a guitar amp.
40-watt
guitar amp. That's it's called the Spark amp by Positive Grid, and the fucker like lit up the NAMM show. Are you guys familiar with NAMM? NAMM?
No.
It's kind of like it's the big instrument/music type show convention they do every year. It's back east typically, but it's like all your guitar centers, but then all your vendors like Roland to Alesis to, all these groups come out and show off their latest product. Orange.
Definitely. Yeah.
Orange right there, except it's black. I got a fucking limited black one.
Bro, what? That's like buying what? It's like buying a Lamborghini and not making it yellow.
Yeah, the fuck what's a yellow Lamborghini?
Because if you got the money for a Lamborghini, you might as well make it yellow. It's not your daily driver, for fuck's sake.
That's true.
It's true.
Especially when I hit the gas and my hair all flutters, and you just see the huge because my bangs right now cover it. So
your bangs?
Not really.
Those are your Danzig bangs?
Not really.
Not really. We just haven't told you, David.
I can still see it.
But other than that, how about you, Ryan?
Just painting, getting just hanging, pretty much the same thing. Hanging out with the kiddos, painting, playing a lot of ping pong down here. Seth's getting pretty good at the ping pong, so I've been ponging it up.
Good work.
And you never heard of this game? It's new. You hit a ball over a net, back and forth. And
for real? Like a big net? Like a really big one?
Yeah, Brody, they have like a tennis court in your basement.
Like tennis?
The volleyball court that was in Dave's backyard, I put it in my basement, and now I'm doing this. Oh, I started watching Tiger King because everybody's talking about it.
We're gonna get into Tiger King for sure. That's gonna be a topic here in a little while.
I've been watching Lego Masters. Have you seen that shit?
Yeah. That shit is nice.
Bro.
I'm
only like 4 episodes in. Sure.
It gets gnarly. But have you noticed how many times on this show there's these grown ass people crying over Legos?
Yeah. That's the whole
episode. Like literally tears, hugging,
yeah.
like the most inconsolable. Like
I cried
of men.
The past 2 episodes.
You did? You did not.
Oh, no.
Shut up.
Yes, I did.
Yes. No.
I may have. I felt bad for the gay dudes, man. The gay dudes were crying.
But
they're cute.
And the judge, the female judge, she cries every goddamn time. It don't matter who leaves. You could fuck up, just royally fuck up, and she just cries.
I haven't paid attention.
Yeah, she will. You just wait. Wait till the
well,
bridge
maybe
one. That'll get you good.
Okay, because I've only seen maybe this is my third one that we watched. Because I think only two people have gone. Two sets of people.
What did
maybe
they just build? What did
they just built. It was where they had to mix the movie genres. And so the dad and the son had. So yeah.
Dad's an OG, huh?
Yeah, he's a badass.
Yeah,
that's why I was crying.
Yeah.
I mean, wasn't crying. I mean, I wasn't. So
it gets really rad, man. I started doing that with the kids too because they've been like stir crazy, and right now it's technically spring break for them.
Right.
So they
no
haven't been
homework.
Yeah.
No
so they haven't been doing the homework and shit. So I told them on the other day when I left. I said, you guys got 4 hours. I think it was Sunday. I said, your time limit's 4 hours. When I come back, I want to see it was like a prince fighting a dragon over the princess and the cat. The prince's name was Prince Stinks a Lot. The dragon was Bad Breath. They were fighting to be like the stinkiest thing in the land. And then Princess Flower Butt was supposed to be screaming from the tower, right? So I told him to do that. I came home and this shit was all built. There's like a lava field, a tower with a moat. Seth's got this big dragon built and stuff. It was awesome.
That's awesome.
And then he said, so what's the twist, Dad? What's the twist? So I had him make the princess turn into the evil because she's the bad thing. So they had to make the princess evil, make 2 more dragons, and a bunch of demon creatures. Yeah. And they did.
That's sweet.
So it's been fun. We've been doing the Lego Masters at home.
Yeah, and I think that's inspired us as well because now we are. I think I got to do one while he's gone. So me and Nicole will do one while he's gone, and then when he comes back, he'll do it, or he has enough at his mom's too. So we're gonna challenge each other each week. My microphone sounds better that way, right?
No.
Can you tell a difference?
No, you sound like Barry White. That's it.
Wow. I can't wait to hear it. I'm excited.
It's gonna be good.
Yeah, you're either like 50 pounds heavier or just. That's
why you can only see from here. I've been in quarantine 4 days, and I'm 400 pounds. I've just ate nothing but lard and butter and the
Twinkies
inside.
And that's it. Yeah.
So something I may start doing that I kind of I started looking into the past couple days is Twitch streaming. Right. So I found a couple lamps, like some good lamps for light, and it's like a Elgato green screen, $130, right? And it packs down to where you can just throw it in a closet, but then it goes straight up behind you, so you can do all the shit behind you. You know what I mean, on the green screen, and then you have your thing. And I really might look into that. I think that'd be kind of fun. Just start doing some content creation and shit.
Do you think you could just get a really good sample of that color green and take it into a paint store and just get a gallon of green and paint your wall?
Yeah, Brody and I talked about that, dude. We talked about doing that in my my extra room back there, right?
Dude, all we have to do is just tape together some green poster board. It'll work just fine. See the shimmer of the tape on it and shit like that.
Yeah, they'll be seeds.
It's like trees. You see this square, then the gray duct tape around it.
Jesus.
So the green screen only works for part of it.
The forest green Sharpie and just went like this on the duct tape.
So it still doesn't work because it's the wrong green.
It's fucking green, bro. It should be fine. Oh, that's awesome. So one thought about this whole entire quarantine thing, and this is Ryan, you were talking about me panicking and anxiousness and all that. Every time I think about this, it fucking works me up. And guess what that is? If my internet were to go down,
dudes.
If my internet were to go down for a week right now, I don't know what I'd do, guys. I'd
You'd
go
have to use his imagination.
Oh my God, that wouldn't happen. You know, you could still practice drums without recording it, though.
You could. You can still pet the dog. You can still go outside.
Come here. Look at this. Look at this good boy.
If the Brody just stops, if the Wi-Fi stops,
He just dies. He just kills over. Guys, my Wi-Fi stopped. My dog died. Oh fuck.
He stopped moving, but he still pisses and shits. So there's just a pile growing. You have to pick him up and move him.
Are you a good boy? Oh yeah.
fuck.
What are you looking at, Brody? I can hear weird shit happening.
Up down.
Okay.
You're back.
She's playing Red Dead Redemption out there, so
Nice.
she's getting a little into it.
She yelling at it.
I think.
Bitch.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So Tiger King, right? Just to kick off that subject for a moment. OJ Simpson made a comment about Carol Baskin, right?
And
obviously Carol
He's
is
still alive? I thought OJ died.
No, yeah, he's still out there golfing. He says he's gonna. It's funny. There's a whole bunch of memes because he actually said if they start closing golf courses, I'm gonna go crazy. Everybody's like, "Oh fuck!"
Oh shit! Here we go.
Well, it was funny because OJ, he's like, "Oh, she totally killed him. Those tigers ate human sashimi."
OJ would know.
He would know.
Oh, yeah,
I mean, he's looking at all the factors. Have you watched it yet, Brody?
No. Mm-mm.
Oh,
I've only made it
going to?
one of the 7-part series.
I'm sure we'll get into it, but we're still on Game of Thrones, and like I said, the Lego shit, and we're doing.
How many episodes is it, Dave? 7.
7. It's a 7-part series, true crime series. Yeah.
So does that
Cole
mean
would have been all over it,
episodes?
Brody.
No, we've been doing that and watching The Masked Singer too. That shit's dope. But we will. I'm sure we will.
We started the Tiger King a couple nights ago, and I watched like the 5th one last night. I gotta say, the people that put this together, they do a really good job at like leading you in. Right, the last like 3.5 minutes of the episode, something starts. So you have to roll into the next one to find out what the fuck's going on. Breathe out. Right now. There you go.
He's working on his asthma, Ryan. He's training.
I know.
What?
Stretching. Stretching.
Yeah, I was stretching.
I'm with you, Ryan. The thing that's bugging me and making me not want to watch Tiger King is all the fucking memes and all the shit online about Tiger King.
Dude, that just tells you it's good, though. That's what it's all about.
Yeah,
you know it's
good. Unless you're
you guys already
the counterculture, though. You know, if you want to be the counterculture, you want to go against that.
That's true punk rock, really.
You guys also know I have a time.
Tiger King is true punk rock. He's a fucking raising tigers in a fucking straight up internet battle that turns into real life. And
he's now in jail for 22 years for murder for hire, $3,000, right? And it turns out that he shot like 5 different tigers to make room for the other cats.
Man.
Yeah.
Well, you know, when you get into that's the biggest thing that I've been internally thinking about during this whole process is like you get into any sort of zoo or anything like that, and you got to deal with the animal kingdom. You know what I mean? Things live and die, so these things are gonna die. Now, if you have it dying in a cage,
do I have a booger on my face right here?
I don't think so.
Okay.
No.
Thank you. Thanks for looking.
You know, whether the tiger dies in the cage comfortably or dies in the cage not comfortably, it's still going to die in the cage, and the media is going to be like, this tiger died in a cage.
Well, what the fuck's the tiger doing in a goddamn cage in the first place? Really?
You know,
really?
that's you. When you stick your toe into this pool, you're already fucked. You know?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, I just thought it was funny as fuck.
So hold on. It's like a documentary then, yeah? Like a true crime documentary?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
It's about
true crime.
It's about Joe Exotic. Joe Exotic, and the other. There's three main.
He's a
ones
gay polygamist.
Yeah, well, he has two husbands, many husbands, but two main husbands. Yeah, he's a gay, gun-toting redneck in Florida that breeds exotic animals.
Our whole retirement dream, really.
Like he talks a lot like this, guys, and he's just.
He doesn't talk like that much, though. Actually, though.
Really? I thought
Have you seen it?
I've only made it about
watched a couple
the way through.
Three-quarters of the way through. He talks that much like that. I mean, he talks like a hillbilly, and he wears pink shirts. But, you know,
have you guys seen his country song?
Oh, he's got a couple country songs too that they showed that are actually hilarious.
Yeah.
You know, Brody, the guy that you pulled up last week and had all the fucked up teeth and everything?
Right.
That was one of Joe Exotic's husband.
Ah.
Yeah. So, like, when I was saying, like, that's not the guy, he's part of Tiger King, and, like, that guy is, like, a main character, but that's not Joe Exotic. Joe Exotic has, like, a bleach blonde fucking Billy Ray Cyrus mullet kind of thing.
The mullet and the one that's actually hugging the tiger and shit like that.
Yeah.
He's walking around like fucking with a revolver on his hip everywhere he goes, you know?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Florida's on lockdown right now.
Yeah, they
finally went on lockdown.
Did they finally lock the whole state down?
I'm guessing.
Last thing
that's what
it was the southeastern portion of the state was the only county actually on full lockdown. The rest was all.
I think the governor came out and actually did the whole state. Yeah.
Well, that would be good. That'd be a good thing if he did, I think.
Right.
You know, if everybody just went ahead and did it, we wouldn't have to do this anymore. Let's all just take 2 weeks or take a month and just kick back.
Right.
Relax.
Fucking chill out, man.
Chill out.
Oh, so I went and got this microphone today, and Best Buy shut down, but it's all.
He bought the Child's Avenger one that makes you sound like Thanos.
And this gauntlet.
Check out my new glove.
No, but you just ordered it online and parked, and they have numbered parking stalls now, and they bring it out to you, and they'll either hand it to you if you want. They're wearing gloves and shit like that. They'll hand it to you if you want, or they'll just put it in the back of your car and cough and leave.
Have
fun.
That's why Olive Garden was full the other day, by the way.
Yeah. I was going to say the same shit. Because Chili's, all them, every restaurant right there is doing the same shit.
And you notice, like, Olive Garden's really doing it the right way, too.
So they, Olive Garden, even though they had a packed parking lot, they were just bringing orders out to people. They weren't actually allowing people into the establishment, or what are we talking about?
Right. Yeah, that's what they've done is they numbered off their whole parking lot. You order it online or you call it in, they give you a number. You park your car in the corresponding number. And then
like McDonald's or Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, they have a little desk out in front, like in the front door, and they'll walk out and put the bag of food on the desk with a big number stapled to it and then walk back inside. So then you get out of your car and you go to the table.
Run as fast as you can. Slide before the sniper gets you.
Yeah. Then do that on the way back and try not to crush your noodles.
So here's a thought. What if I just all fucking hammered, go cruise up and park in number 37, and just kind of chill until 37's on the desk, and I just go grab it and then drive off.
Punch Martha in the face. Get out of here. My sandwich.
Some tells me if you haven't ordered something and got the number 37, there's probably not going to be one that comes out. Dave?
Well, what if you just chill there because at some point somebody's going to order something that gets
you're probably going to get confronted by somebody who's number 37 before the.
You're like, bro, you're in my spot.
What if I just start coughing on them through my window?
What if you just wait?
Driving,
hold on, Dave. I got a plan for you, Dave. I got a plan.
Jesus.
I am not condoning drinking and driving. I'm just saying hypothetically.
Listen, Dave.
This is a comedy.
You show up, and you just wait for an order to come out, and then just run and grab it.
But what if it's like fucking some stupid dish that I don't like?
Well, how do you
Well,
know
you
that
can't-
number 37 ordered the same shit that you wanted?
Because
That doesn't make any goddamn sense.
37 statistically
It's my
always
go-to number.
Alfredo and lasagna. Statistically,
I think-
37 will be Alfredo and lasagna.
You're an idiot.
You're an idiot. You're an idiot. I think you'd be safer just dressing up like a bush, standing right next to the table,
See,
snatching
that
it
shit
before they
would
get
be
up.
nice.
Just like crossing the parking lots. Like, why is that green bush right in the middle of the drive lane? Well, fuck. Sorry for boring you guys. Jesus.
I'm fine. I'm fine. So as far as Florida goes, listen to me. Listen up. Listen, guys.
Oh,
it looks like they're closing it down by county. So there's stay-at-home orders. There's beach closures. There's there's a stay-at-home order ready. So they're ready now. Haven't done it yet, but they're ready. Beach closures, stay-at-home order, curfews. So some of them are extreme, some of them are not, and some of them don't give a fuck. They're just saying, just don't go to the beach. Go to Walmart. Don't go to the beach.
They said they're stay-at-home ready.
We're ready.
We're ready to stay at home, but we're not gonna. That's fucking ridiculous. That's Florida.
Yeah, that's Florida. Yeah. Hey, Brody, can I get some sports intros?
Spin it around, you get spattered around.
All right. Perfect. So I'm happy to report that Rudy and Donovan are back working out.
It was nice. That was a good one. Don't
Rudy
sit
and
there and
Donovan
fucking
are back
criticize
working out?
how I say asparagus.
Asparagus.
Anyway, sorry. Go ahead. What?
No. So Jazz, Rudy and Donovan are back at it, working out, and they've been cleared for their COVID-19 positivity.
I did hear that there's a shit ton of people in China that have tested positive, cured it, and then came back. It said negative, and then came back and it tested positive again.
So that's the thing is there's a lot of healthcare professionals and doctors saying, just like the flu, once you have it, you are immune for like 2 to 3 months, but as it morphs, you can get it again, right? So that's the other kicker with this is it's just like the flu where, yeah, just because you got a shot and you're good now doesn't mean you're going to be good in 6 months, right? Your body builds up a resistance to what's out there right now, but as it changes, you're once again susceptible to it. So that's another one of the big challenges they've got with it is that, because that was one of my first questions is if, I get hit with COVID and I get through it, am I good? Like the flu? And they're like, yeah, for like 2 or 3, maybe 4 months, and then you come back and you're positive. I actually heard today there was an individual I was talking with, a colleague of mine that's back east, and he was saying that people coming into the hospitals in New York for gunshots and for lacerations and for all these other things, they're like a lot of these individuals are like they're positive and they're there for completely other reasons and emergencies, but they're still testing positive. So that kind of goes to show that all these trackers that we're watching for the US and for Italy and for China, and the bigger nations that have these outbreaks, the numbers are all fucked. Everybody's saying that China's not reporting it properly, but everybody else is in the same boat, man, because there's so many people with it that just don't know, and they're not going to the hospital because it's just like, fuck it, I feel weird, but I'll just get over it. You know what I mean? And I think that's why people need to really recognize the purpose of this social distancing and the idea, whoa, nice, Brody. But the social distancing and staying the fuck home. You know what I mean? So.
Yes. Just stay the fuck home, man. It's fine. Yep. You're fine.
Second news post that I want to bring up. Are you guys familiar with John Jones in the UFC?
No.
Well, I just know the name. I don't know.
Okay, so light heavyweight. Yeah. Everybody calls him the GOAT of UFC, pound for pound, like best fighter, but he always gets like he's been stripped of his titles because of failed drug tests, multiple arrests for getting all fucked up and shooting guns out of cars. You know, like
Jesus. That's Dave, your mail's here.
Somebody's walking out in front of my house.
God
Your
damn.
mail's here, Dave.
Yeah, that's why people don't fuck with my house.
Brody.
Anyway, so John Jones, he's 32 now, right? And just like in the last week, he got arrested for DWI and unlawful and something use of a firearm at like 4 a.m. in downtown Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Albuquerque.
Albuquerque, you know, so everybody's just kind of like, holy fucking shit, like this guy has so much money. Why the fuck doesn't he A, hire a driver, and B, hire somebody and be like, hey, John, let's get hammered, but let's do it in your basement.
Let's not shoot guns out the window.
Yeah, let's maybe shoot guns, you know, at your wall in the basement, you know, and then we'll just patch it up in the morning when things clear up, you know. But anyway, you know, the guy is constantly in contention for titles and like all this stuff, and then all of a sudden he's suspended by the boxing commission for, you know, a year at a time. And 32, man, you know, you're not a spring chicken in the UFC anymore, and you can't keep having these suspensions and coming back from them, you know.
Yeah, I think that's just chalking that up to the whole same old story of just somebody with a bunch of money who doesn't need all that money, man. Like, super talented person, but like, you're just not smart, you know?
Right.
Don't drink and drive. That's the biggest thing, especially if you got a bunch of people watching your every move, if you have paparazzi outside your house, maybe before you get drunk, you just know not to drive anywhere.
And especially just discharging firearms out the window of your fucking vehicle.
Well, yeah, and if it's a dude, that's a crazy person. That's probably makes sense why he's such a monster in the ring, because he's a fucking psychopath.
Yeah, at that point, you're just what the fuck are you thinking?
It's hard to fight crazy, you know. So,
yeah. So anyway, that's all my sports for this week. Brody, you got any?
Huh?
Yeah, you got any?
There's not a lot of sports happening.
Oh, well, I mean, I guess there is a little bit. They extended the NFL playoffs to 14 games, I believe, or teams, right? Something like that. They made the playoffs bigger. There's more games and more teams. So if they would have implemented that this last year, I think it would have been the Steelers and somebody else. I can't remember. Maybe the Raiders, something like that, would have made it to the playoffs too, if that was implemented.
In the NBA.
No.
Sorry.
But yeah, the NFL. So that changed. They canceled Wimbledon today.
Yeah, I saw that. I was kind of bummed. I actually really like tennis. You guys know
So
this.
the first time since World War II is since they've canceled Wimbledon. So that was a little bit ago.
The Olympics have been canceled and moved to next year. So
yeah,
now instead of
throws it off.
Every 4 years landing on an even, it'll be an odd year now. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess
2021, 2025.
Because they got to give everyone a chance to train and all that. So I'd imagine they just shift it instead of just, cut short a year.
Yeah.
Crazy times, fellas. Crazy times.
Our Toronto show has officially been postponed till further notice.
Yeah, I got that one moved around.
Ontario, they've canceled. The city's canceled all permits for any sort of gathering until after June 30th.
Yeah, and I was talking to someone on Warzone last night, and he was saying he's from Canada and he's in Montana working right now. And if he doesn't get back to Canada, he's thinking if he doesn't get back to Canada within this next week, he might not even be able to get back himself, being a Canadian citizen. Yeah. He'll be stuck with his visa here. Yeah.
That blows.
That's getting
stuck
weird.
in Montana.
Yeah.
At a Montana hotel.
Hey, there could be worse places to be than in Montana. Well, it depends on where in Montana, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
No, there's always worse places.
Temecula, California.
The middle of Chicago.
Bakersfield.
Fucking
Glad, Idaho.
Don't go there.
Yeah, there was that 6.5 yesterday. I didn't feel it. Did anybody else feel it? My mom felt it.
I felt a little rumble, but it wasn't. It felt more like a big truck was going past my house than it did like that earthquake we had a Magna. So it wasn't terrible.
Yeah.
Where was the epicenter?
70 miles outside of Meridian, and Meridian
it's
is
central Idaho. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just Meridian's just outside of Boise.
I didn't feel shit.
Neither did I. Me and the kids were playing basketball though, so yeah, we could have easily missed that one.
Were you playing that game that Ryan's never played called Horse?
Yeah, dude. Super fun.
Playing horse.
Oh shit! Breaking news: a teenager was seriously injured in I-15 crash in an interstate closed for investigation.
Where at?
Murray.
Oh, okay.
Murray. Yeah, a vehicle ended up spinning out, and a 15-year-old who was not wearing a seatbelt was ejected from the vehicle. Damn. So, prayers to them. Hopefully, all ends well.
Just wear your goddamn seatbelts.
For real, for real.
For real, for real.
I got some other breaking news from Washington.
D.C. or state?
Doesn't say. It's gotta be Washington State.
Does it say anything about Seattle or cities?
They would definitely know the District of Columbia if that was it.
Oh, there we go. Seattle. Yep. So, Washington police arrested a driver this past week after he led them on a chase that reached speeds over 100 miles per hour because he was trying to teach his pit bull how to drive.
Oh, I heard about this.
In a 1996 Buick.
Oh my God.
On I-15, drunk as shit, captured on highway traffic cameras. Due to stay-at-home measures in response to coronavirus, there wasn't many people on the road. So
I'm going to teach my dog to drive.
Come on, Bodie, get in.
This is the perfect time.
Come here.
My God.
You want to learn how to drive?
You want to learn how to drive?
You want to learn how to drive? Huh? Give me a high five if so. Huh? You guys see that? Give me a high five.
I bet he's a good driver, bro, really.
I bet he drives really good.
Hey.
The pig, I moved the pig earlier, by the way.
Oh, how'd that go?
Really well, actually. I never moved the pig, but it was just up and into the truck. So.
Just more of a shoe-in, or did you have to actually lift him up?
No, we had to trap him in a blanket and pick him up. He's way
wow.
too
You didn't record this?
Yeah. Well, Amanda tried, but us three dudes, we just snatched him up and had him in the truck before she got
there was no
but
struggle.
He squealed. No, he squealed pretty good. I guess the last time they tried it, he squealed bad. It was a big deal. So they were expecting this to be a show. But we snatched him up pretty good, got him in the blanket, and he was in there.
That's awesome.
That pig, man, he probably has Amanda's at the top of the stairs being sneaky. He's probably got 3/4 of an inch before his belly hits the ground. What up, Mando?
Hi, Amanda.
Hey.
Yeah, I want a cookie. Come here. Come and say
Oh my
hi
God, I want a cookie.
Here.
Transport a cookie.
She just made chocolate chip cookies, bro.
Shut up.
Made chocolate chip.
Why are you not social distancing, dropping some off on my doorstep?
We can't social distance drop this.
Yes, you can.
Look right here and say hi.
Hey, girl.
Hi. Hey. Look at this.
Oh, man.
You want me to watch this?
That shit
Look,
is nice,
that's Brody,
really.
that's Dave, that's Brody. You know these guys.
Hi.
Oh, that shit is nice.
Oh, can she not hear us?
Oh, she can't hear. Sorry.
Oh.
Put this in your ear.
Hi, Mando.
Hi.
Cool,
Hey,
now
How's
she can do
what?
it. Go ahead and talk.
So
Dave,
we're gonna
if you
teach
hear me.
we're gonna teach Bodie how to drive.
Yeah, we're gonna teach him how to drive. See how stoked he is that we're gonna teach him how to drive? There's nobody on the roads right now, so it's fine.
All I can see is his nose.
I can't even see him.
Let me see.
Come here.
Oh, there he
Oh,
is. Oh, Bodie's a
There we
good.
go.
Oh.
Cute.
All right. There's Manda too. I can see you, not just half your cheek.
Oh.
Hi. Can you see I have a nice, warm, cozy fire next to me?
It
That's
looks like a
nice.
fire,
I
doesn't
lit a
it?
bunch of paper on
It
fire.
is nice. No. It is. I got like the YouTube fire.
Nice.
Nice.
Shit
was
is
good.
nice,
Amanda,
really.
what do you think of Brody's voice?
Do I sound like Barry White? Is it like
Probably.
making me sound super deep, or is it just the same?
I think it's fine. It's the same.
See,
No,
you
it's
guys are
not.
tripping. Y'all are
Oh,
tripping.
it's a,
Deep
I
and
think it's
low.
kind of like this.
You
know?
guys think it's
Sounds like
okay?
that.
Do I sound
Very
regular?
soothing.
Oh God. Here
I
we
am
go.
a soother. I am a soother.
Oh
but
God.
You're handsy, and I'm a soother. And together we're smooth handsers.
That's ridiculous.
Dave, what can you do?
I can. Never mind. It's not appropriate right now.
Yes, it is. This is the
I
time.
am.
Hey, do you know anybody? Bye. Do you know
Bye.
anybody that takes Zantac?
Love you. Zantac? No.
Yeah.
What's Zantac?
It's a heartburn thing.
No.
Zantac. Well, anyway, FDA called for it to be pulled from the shelves immediately. So,
Wait for that one call. That's all, guys.
yeah. So it's either like an April Fool's joke because it's today, or it's for real Zantac. You shouldn't be taking it.
Brody got the 101 like right away because it's heartburn medication.
Oh yeah,
he
I
was
know.
like,
all
I
about
gotta know right now.
I didn't even look it up. It was on my front page news.
As soon as I saw it on the front page news,
Brody, just for you.
I ran to the store and I bought it all.
No,
Jesus.
you know.
So speaking of that, right? Like last Friday, I left work a little bit early. I got a buddy who's living in Maui right now, and he's doing some installs and things like that. And his parents live up in Hannaford, and obviously, you know, they're high risk as far as Corona goes, and they're like right there in Summit County. And Summit County's actually got a shit ton of stuff going on with Corona, right? So they've shut it all down. You guys know this. Well, his parents ran out of soap and they ran out of zinc supplement, right? And so he's like, dude, can you like go pick up as much shit as you can and either take it up there or ship it to them? Just they're out of this shit and they need help, right? And so I go to Fresh Market. I'm in the pharmacy and I'm looking for the zinc and you know all that stuff. And the guy's like, hey, can I help you? And I'm like, yeah, I'm just looking for a 50 milligram zinc supplement. You know, he's like, oh, it's behind the counter. I'm like, cool. And so he has 4 bottles that I see back there on the shelf. I'm like, can I just have those 4? And he's like, I can only give you 2, you know? Then I go to the soap section and I find some antibacterial Dawn or something like that, you know, soap. And so I grabbed 4 boxes and they kept 2 boxes behind the counter when I checked out and they only gave me 2. Right? I was kind of like, all right, cool. That's what's up now, I guess. You know, they're limiting. Yeah, they're limiting what people can buy. But you know, at least I was able to get those folks some shit though. Did a FedEx overnight because luckily shipping places are still essential businesses, so they're open. And it was kind of interesting because I pulled up to that on 36th, you know, that FedEx building right there, 36th and Harrison on the corner.
Yes.
What used to be like a Photoshop place right there. So I get there and there's a line and they have the door propped open. And as people leave, they're letting one person in because they literally they're only allowing 10 people in the store at one time, which it's like, yeah, that's cool, you know. And then they had tape marks out on the sidewalk saying, if you're standing
6
here, the
feet,
next person
motherfucker.
should be standing here, which we're now starting to see at the grocery stores and, you know, places like that. So yeah, interesting times, my friends.
I left Michael's
It
today,
is.
and they had the lines and everything. By the way, I should have fucking got canvases a couple weeks ago.
Because they're all gone now, huh?
Well, they're not necessarily gone, but they had a fucking 70% off discount a couple weeks ago. No, they
That's
don't
what
have
I
shit.
told you.
I know, but I slept on it. And then all the other ones that just have holes in them because no one wanted them. So it's all the holy canvases.
Do you guys ever go to DI and pick
The
up
church card.
the canvas paintings at DI and just paint over them and then do your own thing?
No, I get the frames though.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've done both those things, but a lot of times the canvas is just old and shitty. I just don't. I mean, I'll do it if I got no money and nothing to paint on, but I got plenty of shit to paint on. So, but I have done that, yes. A lot of times you can find rad frames there, though.
Yeah.
Like Brody was saying. If you want to get crazy elaborate and have like this weird frame that most people probably won't like. Burp.
Nice.
Burp.
That's nice.
Burp.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hell yeah. Ryan, you got anything art going on?
Whoa. Look at that. Look at him. What was that?
I was yawning and then I turned it into an action move.
Oh. You should watch The Expendables again.
Dude, I've only seen the first one.
We'll watch them all. You got time.
I have time. I definitely have time now.
You do have time, Brody.
Did I talk about
Dude,
the human cow before? I did.
You did?
Which one?
Jesus Christ, Dave.
Dave,
Doing over
I
there?
put my strawberries away. I decided I don't want to eat them tonight.
Why not?
Oh.
I just not feeling them. I'm gonna put them in the refrigerator. Just save them.
Okay.
Did you not even eat the one you showed us?
No, I didn't. I was gonna do a whole
back.
sexy move on the camera and like, you
Well,
know,
now
but
you have to. Now you have to do it.
Brody,
gotta.
your face of disgust was fucking priceless. Oh,
I
God.
did not.
Ew.
I did not. I was turned on.
That's what he
I was
looked
all
like.
the
He
way
was
turned on.
Brody, show your upper teeth right quick.
My what?
Oh, I swear to God, you had like this big chunk of something, but I think it's just your mustache.
Oh, yeah, it hangs. It
Oh.
hangs over the lip.
Oh my God. You know, how about can you guys see this picture?
Yeah.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks nice.
It's not. It's a creepy thing. It's Jakotsu Baba. Translations to snake bones hag. It's comes from a mythical country far to the west. Blah blah. Its diet is it eats humans. Let's see. It's a scary old hag and a shaman with the power to control snakes. She's described as carrying blue snake in her right hand and a red snake in her left hand.
Go.
Oh,
Come on, go.
Get out of here,
Go.
Brody.
Brody, it's not your food.
Very little is recorded about her history or her life, but her behavior is the subject of speculation by storytellers. She supposedly lives near a place called the Snake Mound. She scares those who wander too close to her home by attacking them with her snakes.
I'm a slithy snake.
Jesus.
Wish I had that hat.
It's not quite clear where she originally comes from, but she was recorded in 1780 because she carries two snakes.
God, I remember 1780. That was a good year.
Yeah. Because she carries two snakes, it's speculated that she originally came from a mythical country that we already talked about. the race of people who lived there were shamans, and they used snakes prominently in their divinations.
Jesus,
See.
are you okay? Do you need me to run to your house?
I'm good, thanks. Ryan, please continue.
Yeah, no, she basically just came from the west part of China and the Asian continent. So it doesn't really say, like, she's just a scary old hag that holds snakes. See, that's what's crazy about most of these stories. That's what's wild about most of these stories is that, and I'm sure I mentioned this before, but they find these things in these old, like old depictions, old silk paintings, things like that. And then no one really knows where they come from. So they just kind of like start making up shit. And that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
This one's just a crazy old hag with a red snake and a blue snake. Whether it's good or not, I don't think it was good because she eats humans in the story. But it's weird.
Some humans deserve to be eaten.
Well, if
really.
you're going to be a shit,
especially alive.
Have you guys revisited Jason and the Golden Fleece in your Greek mythology anytime recently?
No, sir.
That one's super long, but I was reading that one to Seth the other day. Surprised how much. Even in that story, I know of like 3 or 4 different endings to that story. There's like couple of them are good, 2 of them are, well, one of them's bad, one of them's super bad, which I read last night to him as a fucking bedtime story. When Medea ends up like, she poisons her ex-husband's new wife's dress and she puts it on and catches fire and burns alive. And then when the people come out to catch Medea for doing this and punish her, she decides that the best way to save her 2 children from the people coming after her is for her to kill them and dismember them and throw them in different parts of the country. And then she flies away.
Hell yeah.
So she basically kills her kids after killing this other lady. And then when the army comes together, she floats away like, hey, can't get me, bitch. And you can't get my kids because I already killed them and shit.
Hey, so guess what?
Isn't that weird?
I don't have anything to lose, so fuck you.
Why didn't you smoke? You're supposed to be smoking.
The fucking Greeks, man.
What? My children dead.
Now,
you ain't gonna find them.
You ain't gonna find them.
Yeah, you ain't gonna find them.
Good. That was nice. That was a good one. Very nice. Proud you do.
Doing this. I'm gonna strum some strings.
Do it, bro. That's the song of the day because we can't play it. All I hear is Brody.
Yeah.
No shit.
He's like, yeah.
So you guys know how I've told everybody that he's like rushing people if they're walking in front of my house, like when I let him in from the outside, like because I have to go through the gate in the side door, and then if there's anybody there, it like goes into slow motion, and I just have to like. So I put his collar on him, and when I let him out, I had to hold his collar because he rushed a couple dogs and some ladies, and they nearly cried, and they were all teared up. I was kind of like, okay, I've got to keep him a little bit more under control when I let him in to make sure he's good. And now I put his collar on, and he doesn't like it. He definitely makes it known that he's not a fan.
It really sounds like you're just running a zoo over there, Dave. Like you have this uncontrollable, vicious animal that's chasing after people and crying.
He just has an aggressive hello. That's the way that Dr. Honcho puts it. He's Honcho. He's a really nice dog, but he's big and he looks intimidating if you don't know the breed, right? And with his baritone type bark and him running at you, it's kind of like, oh, fuck. Even though as soon as he gets to you, his tail's wagging, he's just licking your hand. People are like, this motherfucker's coming to kill me.
Man. Like you have the only house on the block that people cry in front of, run away from.
Well, it works out because like even the male person when they come, they fucking drop by.
Just throw them out.
You used to be a broken sprinkler. Now you just have to walk around your yard and pick up all the pieces of mail that they just chucked.
Fuck this! I'm out.
If they were,
They loathe.
If it was a good Paperboy situation, they would have just like bound it up. Remember Paperboy for Nintendo?
Yeah, bro.
And you get it right in the in the box. Bloop,
Shit was
bloop,
dope.
bloop, 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 bloop. Need better mailman, Dave. Good talk, bro.
They loathe going to your house. Like as soon
do.
as the day starts, they're just like, fuck.
It reminds me of this time. Let me just go into story time for a moment here.
Oh, please.
I used to work with this individual that was a real fucking nasty person, right? Like just personally just a nasty motherfucker.
Oh, like a murderer?
Yeah, I think so, to an extent. Like probably, right?
Like
there's
a racist murderer?
probably, yeah. Like there's probably some people in some 50-gallon oil drums that are buried in fucking landfills at this point.
I'm picturing it.
Okay, so anyway, every time I got a phone call from this individual, I would really look at the clock and say, okay, and this is the mentality I'm about to pick up, right? And so I'd either not, or I'd wait until after a certain hour, and I would call back. Well, we got a new hire, and this person called fucking livid and out of control. And I go to this new person, I'm like, hey, go see so-and-so. Just needs a little bit of help. So if you could go do that, yeah, no problem. Woo, yeah, I got this. Yeah, woo, woo. Just that like super stoked, like I'm new at the place type attitude, right? And like 2 hours later, he comes back and he's just pure fucking red. And he's just like, what the fuck? It was 100% like no notice, just throw into the fucking fire. Like, have fun of that fucking bee's nest.
How do we get on this topic? What? I mean, that's funny.
I have no idea.
Totally fucking with somebody, but that's good story time, Dave.
I'm
good shit, man. Good shit.
need some Zantac.
Yeah, I need some Zantac. My brain tumor's flaring up again. I need to calm it down.
Wow.
To calm it down. My brain tumor's trying to detox.
Jesus.
What? Sorry.
I don't know.
Oh, my cheeks hurt. That was a really good story. Damn good.
Yeah, good shit.
What are you playing? What song?
Oh yeah, what are you playing, Dave?
I'm just strumming the strings, Might as well. Why not?
Just tickling the old ivories.
Ryan, it's a guitar. It's not a piano, bro.
Right.
Get your instruments straight.
Sorry.
And I think ivory's illegal now, so I wouldn't be tickling ivory anyway. It would be porcelain.
Plastic.
Yeah, something like that.
Porcelain. Dave, do you have any shower thoughts?
Negative. I was looking for some, and those are even drying up. People are, they're just not in a creative space right now, I guess.
I don't think they're drying up. They gotta be out
some.
There, Dave.
Yeah, let me find some. Brody, what do you got going while I'm
looking for these? I think if anything, everybody's in a more creative place right now.
No, I think you're right.
Coughing for?
You sick?
No, I'm not sick. This probably the most awkward time to have my seasonal allergies, which is I get them every year, but I'm still checking my temperature every
The
morning.
most awkward time to get seasonal allergies is during the season.
No, it's during COVID-19, Brody. That was my
Oh.
point. It's fucking awkward because anytime I sneeze or I cough, everybody's like,
Yeah, Brody.
Yeah.
Like we were? Is that what we just did? Is that us? Was that us?
Pretty much.
A girlfriend
Bro,
is
you
someone
look.
you mate with. A mate is someone you're friends with. What?
Dave looks like he's glowing.
It's his compute. Same way you're glowing. He's glowing, but he looks more pale and sweaty. You look more warm and cozy.
I am cozy. Really. Really.
I really promise I'm not sick. I'm just breathing heavy and sweating a lot because typing's a lot of work.
On the news on the music news front.
Yes.
The band.
Wait, what's happening?
Oh no! I'm a spell. Panic.
Slowly just. Whoa. I thought you were falling off the planet for a second. I was scared.
That was exhausting.
I'm glad you're okay.
The band August Burns Red is coming out with a CD on Friday. They have been offered to postpone the release to get more money on the physical sales, basically, and they said no. Fuck that. It's about giving the music to the people. So even though we're stuck at home, we'll have some killer metal to listen to on
If you
Friday.
want to melt your face on Friday,
so
you turn it up
in the most positive way possible.
2 level 11.
Yeah.
It's gonna be nice. Really.
If you want to know what it's like to be the best at something that you do, just listen to those guys because they're the best. The bestest.
They are doing it.
They will be doing it. If we figure out how to do music for next week, we'll have to play one of the new ones.
I'll figure that out in the next week for sure. Absolutely. So the other thing too is really hoping that Pat and I can put together some shit that we can highlight on the cast as far as just some tunes and talk about them. And Brody, we're going to get you integrated in the next week or two with vocals. That'll be good. Ryan, do you want to do some rhythm vocals, or do you want to do some background, or what do you want to do?
I don't really know, but I think I would need to hear all the parts in order to put that last little melody together. I think that would be nice. With it. So maybe
You're an enhancer. We're enhancers of the song.
I do get handsy, really. So maybe just once you got the rap rock early 90s, early 2000s, late 90s in there from Brody, and you got the drums and the guitars. Send it to me. Let's think, or just send me the guitar, rhythm, and I'll see if I can think of something to do with that.
He'll harmonize it.
Of course, if Brody and I are working together lyrically, I can't really singing about something and him singing about juggalo shit or something.
Never.
No juggalo shit, Brody. Just
whatever.
Well, you guys both need to calm down.
All be juggalo shit. All be.
You both are juggalos. It's just you don't know it. It's the same shit. You don't fuck fat chicks as much.
So here's a good
and you're really missing out, Dave. You have a whole opportunity right now with the success of our podcast to be able to go out there and get all of the heaviest of women, and they would appreciate it.
You know what you don't know though, Brody, is Dave has an entire closet full of red and purple and yellow camouflage shorts.
Do you? Are you fucking serious? If you do, that is solidified right there.
Ryan, I told you to keep that a secret, bro, and now it's on national TV.
It is on, but he only started it because he really likes Five Finger Death Punch.
Like that guy. It's not too far off. They're the same fans, essentially.
I know. They're just older.
Well, yeah, it's the older Juggalo generation.
Yeah. The older ones that got married and have kids, but are still metal.
No, mine's just, it's going to be a mixture between Wiz and Wiz.
And Violent J.
And Violent Shaggy too.
So it being April 1st and April Fools, a lot of companies and a lot of folks in general, they've kind of bypassed the April Fool's jokes because of what's going on with the state of affairs, right? Here's a shower thought that's pretty good that goes in conjunction with that. You ready?
Conjunction. Go.
In an age where people fall for onion articles, believe essential oils cure AIDS, and the news operates under a clickbait model, April 1st is probably the only day where people are less likely to fall for bullshit.
It's probably true.
Yeah.
It is true.
It's weird.
Oh, my son wouldn't let me post it, but Adrian woke me up at like 6 a.m. this morning and said, "Let's go get Caleb." And so we plastic wrapped his doorway. And then I turned off his turtle light so there was no reflection. And Adrian's like, "Get up, Dad needs you." And, you know, so he got up and he came strolling out of his room and fucking, wow, caught him too. And I put enough Scotch tape on there that it held. I was surprised. I thought it'd rip right off. No, his face was all bleh. He didn't want me to put it up, though, because he was in his undies. He was all embarrassed.
Here's another good one. If somebody had told you on April 1st, 2019, a year ago today, that a year later the entire world would be on lockdown with thousands dead, you would have thought they were bad at April Fool's jokes.
That's
True.
True. Been a fucked up joke.
Yeah.
So I took a clear rubber band of one of my daughter's hair tie things, and I wrapped it around the thing on the sink, the sprayer.
Oh yeah.
Just so when you turn it on, yeah, classic. So I did it, and it got Nicole, and then I did it to myself because I just forgot.
Oh no!
Oh God! I was cooking turkey bacon. Went to wash something, and yeah, it got me. So I April Fool's myself.
Way to go.
Thanks.
Dingus. You're an idiot.
You're an idiot. Did you see Post Malone was wearing an Insane Cat Posse
No.
t-shirt?
No.
Just two cats with, the face paint on.
There's a meme floating around. There's a meme floating around that that shows a couple pictures of Posty, and he just looks super fucked up, and he's playing with cats and tigers and stuff. It's like Post Malone could definitely be Exotic or Joe Exotic's next husband.
God damn it.
Guns are magic wands that turn people into corpses.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Magic wands. Brody, are you outside?
Yes.
It got so dark in that room over the. I don't
Let's
know how
call
long we've been doing this.
I'm broadcasting from the mountains.
You're not in you must not be in a light regulated space because
No.
Did you turn down the light?
No. The natural light outside is going away. It's getting darker outside. But it's making the fire look nice. Real nice. It's got a nice hue.
It does.
There are more teeth on Earth than people.
It's true. Fuck.
A girlfriend, quote, a quote, girlfriend is somebody you mate with. A mate is somebody you're friends with.
Huh? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Am I fucking tripping? Or was that already said by someone else? Brian, did you say that?
Yeah, I said that.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
But it was a while ago.
It was like 10 minutes ago.
Really? Fuck, yeah, I totally buzzed past that one. Sorry about that.
Was it? It was today, right?
Yeah, it was today.
Fuck, bro. Fuck.
Oh.
Jesus.
Being bald sounds nice until you realize your entire body is a forehead. All right, one more, and then we'll move on. According to Led Zeppelin, heaven is not handicap accessible. According to AC/DC, hell sure is.
Oh my God.
That's pretty bad.
Get it, Brody? You look confused. It's
I-
a
I-
stairway. The
I
stairway
missed
that goes
half of what he said.
According to Led
a
Zeppelin,
highway.
heaven is not accessible for handicaps. Heaven is not handicap accessible. According to AC/DC, hell is. Stairway to heaven, highway to hell.
Okay.
Yeah. Just
You
release
can
those brakes.
roll there.
Release those brakes and go, baby.
This is the best cast we've ever done.
True. It really is.
Guys, it's number 90. So
It's 90. You know what sucks is we weren't able to dance.
yeah, we'll figure that out too. Like maybe we should do a dance.
Just take a screenshot of this and put
Well,
it up.
Why don't you do one of those jib jabs?
Did you guys see my my post that I put up about episode 90 instead of the dance?
It's awesome.
Painting a Van Gogh, and the mask is hanging off his ear, and it just says "fuck" across the top.
Fuck.
Yeah.
That shit.
Connie sent that to me earlier today, and I laughed out loud. Stupid joke, but yeah, it was hilarious.
Yeah, do a jib jab video.
All right,
Jib jab.
send me some updated face shots, some portraits,
updated facials.
updated facials.
Like that.
That right, exactly like that, Ryan. Exactly.
Do those ones.
Oh, you know something, Ryan, you shared, and I've seen it posted now a couple times. Something you shared on Facebook in Messenger to a group of us was a recording Dan Weldon found of him playing down at the wine cellar. Practicing back in the day. Fuck, dude, that was cool. That was awesome. I really, really liked that.
After hours, that was good.
Yeah, that brought back a lot of good memories and really just nostalgic in general.
I think there's something about just live soul music that we're all missing out on because of this whole thing. So once everybody can go back out to the bar, you should just find some live music, whether it's good or bad. It doesn't matter. You just got to be in a room with live music being played, and it'll be good for your soul. It'll be good.
Soul.
Yeah. But if it's Danny Weldon, it's even best. That's bestest.
Right.
Situation.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, you know how I was talking about how it's really awkward to have allergies right now, given the COVID-19 coronavirus stuff going on?
I do remember you saying that.
Here is another shower thought that just made me kind of chuckle. It must be really hard to be an IRS agent with an Indian accent.
No.
Oh, yeah. It's true.
You know? If you're a legit IRS agent, you're, hello, I'm calling you for the IRS. Oh, fuck, you're going to get some shit.
Mm-hmm. You probably got the worst commission.
Yeah.
That is fucked up. So, did you hear Trump was on Twitter sitting there talking about Iran is getting ready to do a surprise attack or some shit like that?
Yeah, I saw headlines. I haven't delved into it yet, though.
Not a very big surprise if we know about it.
Right, yeah. And to announce it, like, hey, we know, just so you know, we know your secret surprise. You know, military tactics, you know, you should probably keep under wraps. Nah, I'm going to blast that on Twitter. Guess what we're doing?
Well, what if his whole entire tactic was like, oh, you're just going to blow it out of the water, and now Iran's like, fuck.
Of course. Now they're completely overwhelmed with thought. Now they don't know what to do. They're just going to have to return to the old drawing board.
No, because
Thought.
exactly they're
Thought is
probably
getting
so
them.
Oh my
stressed out.
God, they know.
They're probably so stressed out that now it's like the entire world knows, and it's not just the U.S. So
Go back home. Let's sleep on it. We'll wake up. We'll come up with a new plan. The same people, because they're the only ones in the area.
Ooh, you guys want to hear a kind of a little bit of a dark shower thought? That's kind of weird, but like pretty legit.
Sure.
Sure.
Have you ever wondered how many random strangers you've seen on their last day on Earth?
Bro.
That's
sad.
fucking true. It is, but is it that's kind of a thing, right? Like, it's probably pretty fucking legit, right? You walk through an airport and you see a bunch of people, and
Dude, it's definitely legit. That happens all the time.
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm sure.
I love sitting in the airport and always telling Brody when he's least expecting it, like, hey, statistically 10 people in this room have AIDS.
Yeah, every time. And then we try to guess which ones do.
And probably 20, 25 of them have at least herpes, if not something else. So then you always notice he takes his hands off the armrest of the chair and just kind of folds them over.
Folds them up.
Make sure his bag's closer to him than normal.
Here's another one.
Stop it. Get away from
maybe,
me.
maybe dads don't want to let their daughters date at a young age because of how horrible they were to girls at that age and don't want to meet somebody like them.
Absolutely.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, I know what I was thinking at that age. We know exactly what the fuck's going on. You just step back, AIDS.
Yep, that's exactly what it is.
Okay, here's the last one for a moment. Someday, and this is probably already happening, someday cameras will probably become better than our own eyesight, but we would never be able to tell.
Yeah. There was actually I remember somebody talking about that, like doing a TV. Somebody was even, who the fuck was it? Somebody bought a TV. They spent like fucking $8,000 on this TV or some shit. And they said, oh yeah, it does like 1080p, 4K, fucking whatever, the goddamn bullshit. And they said, yeah, the stuff this TV does, the human eye can't even comprehend. And I was thinking, so why in the fuck did you spend all that money on this thing? We can only see so much of a spectrum. And they're telling you that the TV can do things that you can't even fucking physically see, so you're going to pay more for it. That's a selling point.
So
people are like,
full spectrum.
Hey, let me tell you how the end of that conversation and that sale went at Best Buy, right? Old Chad, he went out back with the car audio guy.
Yep, there it is.
So check this out, Mike.
There's Chad.
These folks came in, and I told them this TV could do shit they can't even fucking see, and they're like, we gotta have it.
Gotta have it.
We gotta have it. Fuck, you're the fucking man, Chad.
It really is a great selling point.
You're the fucking man, Chad.
Because if it really
That's our
works,
new shirt. Our new shirt.
You're the fucking man, Chad.
He's got to be wearing a Best Buy shirt too.
Hell yeah. Ryan, what do you got going on? You look pretty focused there to your right.
Nothing. I was just looking at this wall over here. It's got a bunch of pictures on it. I like my basement. I'm just admiring it, spending time in it, you know? Nice.
Okay. All right.
It is nice.
Brody's just going into eternal darkness.
You are slowly.
I'm on a mountain.
Like, we can't see anything now except the brim of your hat and your face. That's like it.
I think I heard a bear.
Well, you are getting. He's getting closer and closer. Like the darker it gets, the darker it gets, the closer you get to the camera.
Yeah, it disappeared.
So you were back there for a while, but now you're like naturally sitting like that, way up here in the
Yeah.
front.
I want you to see. I want us to all be able to see each other.
Can you
All
see
right.
me?
Yes.
Turn
I got
on the light, motherfucker.
Why? Do you really need to see it
Then
back?
you don't have to put your face like this.
Well,
I'm just saying.
I mean,
I
yeah.
like your face. Just leave it. That's nice.
thanks.
Yeah, that's nice.
Appreciate that.
Don't get too close to the microphone though, because it's gonna feedback.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Anyway, Dave, how are things?
Good. Really good.
Good.
Yeah.
Did you see that Hawaii is handing out $5,000 fines for people who aren't staying at home?
Oh, no shit?
Well, what does
Yeah.
that mean? Like, how do they determine if you're not going somewhere
So
essential, like a
if
store or
if
something?
well if you're traveling inner island, Oahu to Maui or whatever, you have to be when you land. You have to be quarantined at the place you're visiting for 14 days before you even leave. And if they find you out, so basically, if you were traveling and you're just visiting, you go from Oahu over to Maui, you're fucking stuck in a hotel for 14 days. You don't even get to do what you want to do. And then you have to go back. And if they find you out and about doing shit, $5,000 fine.
Makes
Whoa.
sense. Because
Yeah.
on an island, that's a big fucking deal, man. Have
Yeah.
to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
Wow.
get it. I understand.
And they've actually fined some bar. They didn't say the name of the bar in New York, I think. Well, there's been a bunch of bars in New York that are staying open.
Huh.
Did you catch that? They're
No.
handing out like fines and possibly shutting down establishments that are staying open in New York.
Yeah.
So I
There's
did see.
something like a couple thousand bars are still open.
Jesus. I did
And
see this
operating.
lady. She put like a bunch of pictures because she lives across the street from where they've put like a truck that carries frozen food on a regular because it has the freezer in it, you know. And they're fucking storing bodies in that motherfucker as a makeshift morgue because they're running out of space. So they have a makeshift morgue. She's taking pictures. They're just stacking bodies in this fucking truck. So statistically, I guess it's like every 10 fucking minutes or some shit like that, someone's dropping
Wow.
in New York. And as of today, I seen there was like 1,400 NYPD members of the police force that have it. They have 1,400 fucking members have contracted the virus. So it's getting crazy. And then they said today, the White House, today or yesterday, was it like 100 to 250,000 people dying? They're expecting some crazy fucking number like that.
They said they're expecting 100, and it could go up to 200,000 if precautions aren't taken. So,
right.
I mean, there could be up to 250, but those are just the guys that look at statistics every single day. I mean,
sure.
You can read a
and if people
statistic and
don't,
stuff like that, but things can be changed, you know.
but it's just like if thousands of bars continue to stay open in New York City, then they're just gonna fucking climb, obviously.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And if people don't start taking it seriously out here, finally Davis County shut down. There's still Weber County still hasn't shut down. So I mean,
Right.
I get it. I get economy, but in the same token, like he was saying at the very beginning, these are lives, man. Just fucking go home. Shut down the goddamn bars. Did you see like it's cool shit like that because they have that virtual tip jar to where you can go on and tip your favorite bartenders, or it goes into a virtual tip to where it goes like distributed among them or some shit like that. So I think that's pretty fucking cool. People
I did
coming
not see that.
way. So
I did not see it.
there's other ways to continue the flow in the economy, but it's just being done wrong, man. Now they're finally starting to say, okay, we're going to be able to forgive your mortgage for a month or a month and a half, but it's not forgiven. It's just they give you an extra month and a half to come up with all of it. So,
but even still, man, that's better than a kick in the fucking nuts.
Exactly, but I mean,
if it had a month on my 30-year mortgage, and I can just kind of chill back and like kind of gather my thoughts as far as like I'm in a real fucking rut, like, dude, sign me up. Like, how do I
absolutely
that, you know?
But in the same token, that should have been one of the first actions taken within all of this. Like, everybody just chill on your mortgage for 2 months and your utilities, and then we're going to write a stimulus plan for them within that amount of time. Now they have a couple months to come up with something to bail them out. But instead, everybody's fucking panicking. A lot of places didn't even get word by the first that if they were going to be able to pay it or what the expectations of the renter was. So now you have people sitting there in confusion and people saying, I'm not going to pay this. You had people in New York and everything saying, no, there's absolutely no way I'm going to pay my rent this month. And now they have an action. You can't even evict them until a month and a half or some shit like that. So I don't know. But so you have all these people rising up and saying they're not going to pay it, which is fucking stupid. And now people are going out and putting their, even if you collect Social Security, you got to do a simple tax return or some shit like that, so you can get your money. So they're going to send everybody $1,200 checks. It's going to take a goddamn month and a half. Why? You could have just forgiven people on payment for 2 fucking months and done it over.
I think it was the Secretary of Treasury or something like that said that checks should be delivered by like April 9th is what their goal was.
Yeah. But I mean, you remember when Obama did the stimulus shit with the cars and all that stuff and cash for clunkers and all that shit. Remember all that? And then they sent out stimulus checks and it was like a month and a half or some shit later and people still didn't have their goddamn checks.
Right.
So, again, we'll see how it goes. Hopefully a little smoother than last time.
Yeah.
Why are you so mad?
I think it's the fire. I think it's the fire that's making it look like I'm just really upset.
Super mad. And you get more tired.
I'm super tired.
It's all that fucking sugar, dude. You gotta quit eating all the sugar.
I know, but I have frozen Kit Kats right now, and I can't help myself.
You're eating cookies?
No, I wish I had one of them cookies though, because that shit looked nice.
It
was it nice? Yeah, I bet.
It was like crispy on the edges, but squishy in the middle. Mm-hmm.
Just cooked to perfection, I bet.
So, switching gears a little bit.
I bet we have the shit to make them.
We know what Brody's cast activities are going to be.
COD, Warzone, and chocolate chip a cookie.
Fender came out with a new guitar, right?
Who?
And, Fender.
Okay.
Fender. And it's called the Acoustasonic guitar series, and it's a Strat or it's a Telecaster, right? And they're meant to be a hybrid electric acoustic guitar, right? But they don't have the acoustic body. They don't have an electric body. They play like an electric, but they have the tones of an acoustic. Really fucking funky, man. Like I'm seeing some demos, and I can't get my hands on one yet, obviously, because like places like Guitar Center are going to be shut down, a few things like that. But fuck, dude, they look really rad.
How's it getting the tone of an acoustic if it doesn't have the body of it?
It still has the body, but it's the body of like an electric, but it's got the what do they call a hole in the center underneath the strings and all that shit, Ryan?
I don't know. I just know that it's hollow body guitar.
Yeah, it's a hollow body, and all that, but it still has the shape, the feel, and everything like that of a Telecaster or Stratocaster. And watching people jam on it.
A soik.
Oh, a soik. It's a circle.
It's a soik.
It's a cutout. Yeah, that's true. Very good. Good boy. Good
Thanks.
job. Okay.
Hell yeah. So, but it has, I was watching a couple people on YouTube.
Don't patronize me, you fuck.
I was watching people jam on YouTube with them as far as like, like somebody with an actual Stratocaster and somebody with one of these Acoustasonics, and it looks pretty fucking rad, man. Like, I think they're onto something. Yeah.
It's called the sound. It's called the sound hole.
That's what I
Not
pretty much
even-
said. The hole underneath the strings.
That's exactly what it's called.
Where the sound comes out.
The sound hole.
2 in the hole, 1 in the other hole.
Say 2 more. I can't ever remember them.
Next shirt right there.
1 in the cleaver, 1 where the poo leaves her.
And we'll say it's something from Star Trek. We'll say it's like a Star Trek hello somehow.
That's live long and prosper.
No, I know, but we can definitely like mistake it so people correct us. But it's just this instead.
Stop moving them so much. It's fucking weird, bro. It's like little snakes, little worms.
Slithery. It's like little slither.
Stop it. Okay, one more, Rand.
hey,
One
so,
more.
funny
Hold on.
story. Funny story.
A story? Light up your smoke first. Oh, God.
So you guys know that my typical morning routine is fresh market, kombucha, yogurt, banana, check out, go to work, right?
Yep.
Well, I can't fucking do that right now because it's all senior hours.
Thank God. Thank God your life has some change.
I've had to get fucking creative, right? And so I've noticed that on my way to work at 6:15 in the morning, the 7-Eleven on 24th and Monroe is open, right?
Yeah.
And, hello. And so 24th and Monroe's open, 7-Eleven. So
7-Eleven?
7-Eleven.
7-Eleven?
So I stop there and I go in and out and I grab a sandwich and I grab a salad, you know, and maybe a breakfast burrito, you know. And the other morning I got there and they had a sign up on the window. It just said, sorry, we're only doing curbside and you have to order online and blah, blah, blah. Well, I was going to, but the problem is there was a group of like 7 crackheads over there by the ice machine, all chain smoking with big gulps, just going in circles, talking to each other in weird gibberish.
Not
right?
social distancing.
No,
that's really ruining your morning.
It
go-to.
really is throwing a
No.
curveball morning badly, right?
That's too
So,
bad, man.
I,
It's like you should make your own stuff at your house or something.
Well, I can't get into 7-Eleven to grab my items. So now I'm hungry. I don't have coffee, and I'm a little bit concerned about what I'm going to do for lunch because I've got meetings typically through the day that I just can't leave and grab something for lunch. So I'm going to get really hungry, right? So anyway, I go walking back to my truck, and all of a sudden, like 3 of them are like, "Hey, can I ask you a question?" And I'm like, "Nope." Yeah, and I hop in my truck and I pull out like the opposite way, go the opposite way, and one of them tried to throw a big gulp at my truck, which was pretty cool, right?
You're getting in fights everywhere you go.
What if he was? Wait, what if he was like, "Hey, can you break this $100 bill?" And you're like, "No!" And get in the car, and because they're crackheads broke outside, they're gonna waste that big gulp by throwing it at your truck. That's 80 cents.
You know, there's probably not a lot of
time.
logic in that, Brody.
Same.
Yeah, but it all happened within like probably about 45 to 67 seconds, somewhere in there.
67 for show.
Yeah,
Well,
I would say 67. It may have been 60, maybe 71 seconds, actually.
Did you get your kombucha somewhere else or something? Or?
No, I just went to work and I've got some.
That's a crappy.
You guys seen those jasmine? Have you guys seen those jasmine rice cups that you can buy? You just take the lid off and microwave it.
Yeah.
So I got a 4-pack of those as emergency type carbs in my office.
Oh man.
My little fridge, I've got butter, sriracha, and soy sauce. So I did a cup of those for breakfast. My lunch was a cup of Idahoan potatoes that I just had to add water to and microwave.
I
And I had
love those potatoes. Them's just some nice motherfucking potatoes, Dave. I love that shit.
And my proteins, I have 4 cans, now only 3 cans of sardines and oil sitting in the
Gross.
cupboard. So
Those aren't cool. No, that's.
Did you eat them with saltines? I love them with
no,
saltines.
I just ate them raw. I
Just
like
some Kipper snacks, some old school Kipper snacks,
the Kipper snacks
and mustard on some
yeah.
just regular crackers.
No.
Yeah, that shit is nice.
No,
The other thing that
Vienna's-
I've got too is original.
Just like one
Pringles.
bite. After that, you're just a weirdo.
Oh, I eat those things like crazy, man. I love those things. So
It's
the other
like
thing I
the
like is
whole
those smoked
thing.
oysters. The smoked
I know.
oysters on original Pringles or sour cream and onion Pringles.
Cheese whiz. Cheese whiz on regular Pringles. That shit is nice. That shit is real
So I
nice.
have to report that once
Or chicken and a biscuit. Chicken and a biscuit and cheese whiz. That shit is fucking nice, Dave.
So anyway, I made a buy, but I was bummed out that the 7-Eleven was down, and then I was doubly bummed out that I was accosted by crackheads at 6:15 in the morning.
It's two good reasons. It's 2 good reasons to be bummed out. I guess.
So here's another thought. If you guys have noticed, 24th and right there on that block, they just ripped down the Rite Aid and that whole entire.
Yeah, they did.
What was that?
Right there.
Oh yeah. 24th and Monroe. They just ripped down the Rite Aid. And if you guys have also noticed, they're also building a 7-Eleven right there on the corner of 20th and Harrison in front of Fresh Market. They're putting up a big old 7-Eleven, like a big one.
Yeah,
right?
they are.
So do you think they're going to rip down
the
homeless shelter 7-Eleven on 24th and Monroe and just rebuild that block?
I don't think they are. No, I think 7-Elevens they're kind of like that thing. They're just always going to stand there.
Yeah.
You know? The one, well, no, because that one turned into a check cashing place. The Dumb and Dumber one down in Washington.
Yeah. Washington and 3rd. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, maybe they'll tear it down and build a new one, but I think it'll be a minute before that one goes away.
I hope so, because the
7-Eleven.
The feller that runs it right now, he's the manager. He's one of the nicest dudes ever. You know, wears his turban. I walk in and he knows me by name. Sometimes I'm not even in there until 4, 5, 6 weeks at a time. And I walk in, he's like, "Hello, my friend." Just really, really fucking cool. You know, so I hope he gets the promotion over to the nice one over there on 20th and Harrison, because he's a cool dude. I like that guy a lot.
Yeah, that one looks like it's going to be like a Maverick style thing.
Yeah.
Big.
Yeah.
They're building something on Riverdale Road across from the 7-Eleven before you head up to the terrace here. You know what I'm talking about? Right on the corner.
I don't know what the fuck that is, but it's a big building.
Either, man.
It's a big
Can't figure it out.
building. Mm-hmm. Probably just going to be commercial on the bottom and some shit up top like normal.
Probably.
Yeah. So anyway, but in that the 7-Eleven on 24th, I've got a lot of memories there, man. Like just some pretty funky times going into that place in different mental modes. And it's always funny when you leave wondering if you should go get tested for STDs just because you touch stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, you never know if the beer you picked up had like blood all over it. You never know if the coffee you poured had blood in it. You never know if the Twinkies or the fucking salad you got from
filled with blood.
Filled with blood. You know, but that was kind of the fun mystery about that 7-Eleven is you're kind of rolling the dice on your own fucking healthy future.
You probably got COVID way back then.
That's why I'm not going to get it now, is because I've had COVID since I started going to the 7-Eleven on 24th and Monroe. Never know if you're going to walk in. You're going to be like, "Hey, you ordered that taquito wrong from the hot case." keto. I just wanted a Bahama Mama. Get on the knees, motherfucker. You're resisting best.
Oh my god.
I don't want a Bahama Mama at 6:15 a.m. Fuck, I'm hungry, bro.
I like Bahama Mamas. That shit is nice.
Ryan, those
The
take
jalapeno ones.
man. When we'd go to concerts and come back and either hit In and Out or hit that 7-Eleven in Centerville.
The go-to, really.
The go-to. Slam a Bahama Mama on the way back from the concerts.
Slam one.
Dave's the only guy I've ever seen take a Bahama Mama in 2 bites. Bun and all. It was like,
oh, dude, you guys want to know my go-to with the Bahama Mama?
Yeah.
Sure. I don't know if anybody else has like this memorized for themselves, but go for it.
It's just a general idea, but it depends on my mental mode when I'm making it, right? Brody, I'm sure that you can appreciate that to an extent.
Totally.
Right?
Yeah.
Bun,
Totally.
right? Bun.
Yeah.
Bahama Mama. This side I do the cheddar cheese out of the machine that you push the button and it just drips in, right? Cheddar cheese.
That's where the diarrhea comes from.
Yep.
You press the button and the cheese comes out.
Yeah.
Then I do mayo and onions and a little bit of ketchup, mustard, and maybe sometimes some relish. And then from there, fucking money. Go-to. It's a go-to.
Dude, did you just tell me you put mayonnaise and fake cheese on your Bahama Mama?
Yep. Artery clogger.
I got bubble guts just thinking about that right now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Ryan, it's important.
Didn't we go through the different brats from stadiums? We did, huh?
We did.
Yeah.
Oh, God, that was rough on me. I had my little episode during that.
No, what episode?
When I was just like, ugh, and I had to drink some water for a minute.
Yeah, remember he got all lightheaded and weird and fuzzy.
Wow.
Yeah, it was during that.
That's
God,
crazy
like
you can remember that.
It's crazy you can't.
I was going lights out, bro.
You had to pause the cast and everything. You got no recollection of that? None?
Even you,
None
Brody, you were
whatsoever.
like, Dave, you doing all right? He's like, you're fucking whiter than that white shirt you're wearing.
No,
right?
I remember. I definitely remember. I'm just surprised that you remember that it was during the hot dog party. That was all.
I remember
you.
Okay.
I think that's what triggered
I'm
it.
with you then. Because I don't think talking about hot dogs triggered you to get lightheaded.
Definitely was.
So, woo, you gotta stop
I
thinking
always
about
get
them
all-
hot
I
dogs.
always get all hot and bothered when we
Well,
talk
it's
about
because
hot dogs.
all the blood in my body went to my boner. That's
Went
why.
to his dingus.
Hell.
Jesus.
It's weird not having a halftime, you know?
Yeah, I know. I've got to piss like a racehorse right now too, so that's cool.
Well,
I'm
I don't
down.
have too much either, so unless you have any other stories, I mean, I'm just gonna sit here and breathe some more.
Into the microphone.
How's it sound?
Dave, do that again so everyone can see your bald spot again.
Do it. Let's see it.
Man.
Dude, you have that's all we've seen all cast.
Anytime that we do this now, I'm doing the cast like this. So all you can see is my bangs.
Yeah, that's
Slicked
nice.
back.
That does look nice. You look more confident with your chin up. Yep. There you go. Very nice. Confidence is
Oh fuck! All right, guys. Well, I don't have
I think
anything else either.
This was pretty good for the first
It wasn't bad.
satellite. I think we kind of put everybody to sleep the last 45 minutes, but it started
Hopefully.
off really well.
I think it
fine.
ended well. I think it ended all's well that ends well.
Okay.
Fuck! Every time Brody talks, everybody's like,
It's because and And it's the fire. It's the nice fire that I got to put out before I go sit in my tent.
Yeah. I'm glad you lit that. I'm glad you lit that fire.
Yeah, I'm in the woods. Does it look like I just have a floating head, or can you see my shoulders?
I can see your neck.
But you can't see my shoulders?
Shoulders are starting to go out of, they're
See,
starting.
that's awesome, because then it's just like a floating head. Woo. It's nice.
All right, you guys keep this going for just one moment.
Nah, let's just end it while he's gone.
Let's just hang it up. Just fucking with you, Dave.
Fine,
Look,
fine.
Panic.
Dude, you were
No,
70% to the pisser. It's
Yeah,
just
I gotta
that
piss,
corner.
guys. So just keep going for
Okay.
like a minute.
All right, then come back and play, like, piss loud enough that we can hear it, and then play an outro song.
Okay.
Go.
On your guitar or drums.
Or both.
He does have pants on. Fucking liar. Brody, what's up, dude? Brody. Brody's a good boy.
Brody. That fucking guy.
He doesn't even like us. Anyway.
It's been nice, It's been real nice.
It has been.
Hey.
There he is. Brody's a good boy.
Yeah.
Sit, Brody. It has been, yeah. It's really nice.
Did you go get
Been
those gloves
relaxing.
today?
No.
They're
No,
on
I
the
did not.
desk.
Okay, I'm gonna go get them. I wanted to ask you if they needed anything like those dental bibs. I was just gonna ask, but maybe like one or two. So just throw them a couple if they need them. But yeah, I'll make sure I meet her tomorrow. It's just all the kids went back to their moms today, so I'll have a little bit more time instead of just sitting around and playing video games and basketball.
So you're gonna play Red Dead Redemption?
No. She's playing Red Dead. I'm gonna play some Call of Duty before bed.
Number 2?
Yeah.
Dave's back.
There he is.
So, Dave, you're gonna play us. Did you wash your hands?
Yes.
You didn't sing Happy Birthday to yourself twice. There's no way.
No fucking way.
No way.
Oh, and by the way, as per the request of our governor, I would like to say hello
Hi.
and bow. Remember? He wants you to
Oh,
bow.
yes. Yes. You don't have to fist bump. You don't have to tongue kiss. You don't have to dock each other. Just a nice bow will do.
That'll do.
So, ladies and gentlemen, before we end this podcast and this streaming live broadcast across the world, and we have hit a record 1.5 million viewers, and we're going to end it with our buddy Dave here jamming through his sound hole.
These are
So
fresh
anyway,
tunes.
Can you guys hear that all right? Does it sound okay?
bye,
Yeah.
motherfuckers.
These are fresh tunes straight from Dave's sound hole. Thanks for listening to episode 90. We'll check you on 91 sometime in the future. Stay safe, stay healthy, kiss your babies, and believe in magic.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
All right.
So
Yeah, I don't
muted.
know.
You can't hear that shit, mother.
I can't do this with you guys doing that shit in front of me.
Shit was
All right.
nice.
But
All right.
Bye, y'all.
I'll put together some shit for the next cast, because we'll probably be doing this for at least another week or two, right?
For sure.
Something like that. So pick it better, and Brody, Ryan, we'll get you guys integrated with this remote jamming shit, and let's put together some tunes that we can actually put into it. That'd be fun.
Cool.
All right, folks. So Ryan, Thanks, Brody. Thanks, everybody
Thank you.
listening and putting up with the the monotony of this cast being the first remote virtual one.
Yes, it was nice.
Never forget. Pits or tattoo.
Never forget.
All right, guys.
All right.
Bye.
Y'all. Peace.